Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how I create a template to allow me to show clients what their images will look like in final art products that are available on my menu of items. For me, my business is built around printing their photos, so it's very important that I can help my clients to visualize what their photos from their session will look like in a final printed product. So I also source a lot of my items from different professional labs. So sometimes I have to create my own templates to be able to showcase what it is that I offer. So I'm going to show you how I do that with one of the items on my menu is these story boxes. It's a box with matted prints inside. And so I have started with just a picture that I took of one of my samples, and I've got it in Lightroom here. And once I've done all of my initial editing, I am going to open it in Photoshop. And we'll give it time to open in Photoshop here. Okay, now we've got it open in Photoshop. And I always just duplicate my layers just so that I'm not making any changes to the original file. So I'm going to press Command J on my Mac keyboard. The other thing you can do is right click on your background and say duplicate layer. But we're going to go to layer 1 here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to find my frame tool, and we're going to create a frame over this mat. And I'm just approximating right now because you can see that the box is actually on a diagonal. So we're going to need to make some adjustments to this frame. Once I have my frame drawn out, where I just click and drag until I get it to be the shape that I want it, I am then going to go to transform and skew. Ooh, let's try that again. Okay, and I'm going to just drag the corners into the mat like so. And it's going to look a little funky at first, but kind of just keep dragging them in until you get them where you want them. And I'm going to press Command plus to zoom in and make sure that I've got them exactly where I want them. And you can see on my sample, the print is actually a deckled edge print. You can see it has hand tearing along the edge. For the sake of this, of just showing the client, their image in something like this, I am not going to include this frame within that deckled edge. I'm just going to make it easy on myself and just go straight out to the edge of the mat, which is also an option for when they purchase their items. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to press Command minus to zoom back out. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit the check mark here, and we can see now that that has created a frame tool on top of this image. If I wanted to make this just into a template where I could drag and drop pictures in, I could just go here and save this as a PSD file or a Photoshop file. And then I could just pull that up for the next client that I work with. I'm going to go ahead and just take you through the next steps so that you can see how it would work as you're placing an image. So I'm going to go to a um, client image here, and I'm just going to pick one and I'm going to drag it over into this frame. And again, you can see because the box is on the table at an angle, we have just one more step that we need to do in order to make this look good. So I have the picture in there and we need to rotate it. So I'm going to go over here to my move tool, and I'm going to hover my mouse over one of the squares until I see the curved arrows indicating that I can rotate it. And I'm just going to rotate it till it's about where it needs to be. Okay, and then I let my mouse up, and then I'm going to scale it down. So I'm going to wait until I hover over a square. I'm going to hold my shift key down so that it doesn't skew. And I'm going to get that sized down to just about where I want it. I want to make sure I have all their feet, even the little dog's feet there in the picture. All right, that looks pretty good. Just because I'm showing this to the client, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want them to get an idea of what these would look like. So I'm going to click OK. And then I can export this image as a JPEG and share it with the client, either in their gallery or in a slideshow if you meet with your clients in person. It just being able to see their own images in the product really does help them to visualize and make a better decision about what they would like to purchase for prints. I hope this helped.